Okay, so welcome to this impromptu video, and it is currently 2:30 in the morning, so I should keep my voice down actually a little bit, because I'm considerate, unlike some of my other neighbours. Anyway, this is going to be, hopefully, the first edit diary for 24-Hour Movie Marathon 7. Way back, I think in 2016, which wasn't that far way back, but it feels a long time to me now. I did my 2.5 hour long making a marathon video, which went in depth into the pre-production, the filming, the editing, the release of 24-Hour Movie Marathon 5. And that was kind of a proper all-access pass, kind of just everything I could think of, like making the video and all the steps I did. I'm not going to do that again because I feel like I've done it. I've done the big feature-length making of documentary bollocks. So I thought maybe I could do for this year's marathon just a little mini-series of off-the-cuff, one-take, very simple for me to make videos where I just go into how the editing's going, what I'm doing, things like that. So last night, which would have been the 19th of April, I started officially editing 24-Hour Movie Marathon 7. Me and Connie did the marathon back in January, which is earlier than we've ever done it. We usually do it around March, April time. But for a multitude of reasons, we did it in January. And Ryan was kind enough to kind of get me the guidelines early so I could still do the official guidelines for the marathon. And we had a great time, really enjoyed it. And I haven't looked at the footage since, so it's been 3 months, and you know, it's just one of those things where you've done it and then you just kind of put it away for a while. And so last night I finally thought, right, I need to get cracking with this. I posted a new teaser, or the first teaser I guess, last week, or this week, I don't know, I'm losing track of time, but it was just a very short clip of us kind of laughing over one of the films we saw and how ridiculous it was. And I thought people would have fun maybe guessing what the movie was. Anyway, so in going and finding that clip for the teaser, I thought, right, okay, let's start editing the thing. I haven't really filmed much or any of the intro stuff or cameos or things like that, special appearances. And there's my air freshener going off. So a lot of that is still in limbo right now. There's no big plan. I don't have like a big skit in mind like I usually do. We'll see where it goes. I have a few ideas for the intro, but again, time is an issue. You know, last year and the years before I had a lot more free time to do this sort of stuff. But I really want to put the effort in and make this year's marathon as cool as it can be. But I'm really just happy with the films we watched this year, and just flicking through the footage has been really enjoyable to me, just remembering the really good 2.5 days we had watching films. So last night I began editing the beginning of the marathon, which is traditionally me and Connie sitting down and starting the thing, and me talking about the guidelines. Ryan has sat down and going through like the food that we've got ready to eat, the snacks and stuff, and then getting ready to watch the first film. So I've done that. I've edited the apologies for the squeaking chair there. I've edited the first 10 minutes and 30 seconds of the video, which took a couple of hours, which it really shouldn't have. It should have really been like 20 minutes, but I get really particular with the marathon, at least in the past couple of years. If you look at like Marathon 2 or 3, it's very like, I'll just leave in ums and ahs and, you know, bits that should have been trimmed out. But especially last year, I will go through every second of the footage and I'll cut out little bits that don't need to be there. But also, like, I when it's like a movie review or something, I'm not as particular. With the marathon, I really want to make it the best I can. So if there's like a I'll try and cut that out. But also, I'll try to make it flow. So if it's me going, yeah, the thing is, yeah, well, anyway, you know, and I cut out the or whatever. I feel like I'm talking complete nonsense, but you know, it needs to blend properly. You know, it can't just be like, yeah, so it was, you know, it had the timing. So I'll literally obsess over like a 2-second clip, like over and over again, to like get just the right amount of blending each clip to the next. I don't know. That's just me with the marathon, and I kind of want to go back and do that with some of the older marathons. But Whereas in the first 24-hour movie marathon, I was almost like overboard. Like I was cutting so quickly as far as like dead air and stuff, because I thought that a 24-minute video was too long. I released it in 2 parts, which is interesting to see how far we come as far as the length of the marathon video. Anyway, so I've done the first 10 minutes, but one thing I'm going to have to do tonight before I continue editing, and what I'll probably do is I'll edit us talking about the first film, getting some pictures from it to illustrate what we're talking about, and that'll probably be how I roll forward, just movie at a time. You know, it's like editing a single review in that sense. So I've got 10-15 minutes of footage to go through, cut it up, take out bits that don't need to be there, and usually what I'll do is, in fact I can show you in a minute what I do with discarded footage or stuff where we're talking about something but I cut it out of the video. I keep them and I kind of put them to one side for the outtakes, deleted footage video. Anyway, where was I going? Yeah, so where I finished editing last night was us sitting down to watch the first film, and I've got a shot of the TV with the menu of the Blu-ray, and I remember the music was so great. I said to Connie, just leave the menu on and don't say anything so I can capture the music a little bit. So I filmed the TV, and then I slowly turned the camera to the window to see like the snow and the trees outside and stuff. So I watched the clip back last night, and my tripod is like, so it's just awful. So I thought I can't use that. So what I'm going to do now tonight is get the Blu-ray in question, which I have here. Put a pause and see what that was. And I'm going to put the menu on, and I'm going to record the kind of ambient sound of the menu music and overdub it, so you don't get that awful squeaking. See, these are the random little things I do to kind of hopefully make the video better. So there we go. Anything else I can add, really? I guess not, but this might be a fun thing. This edit diary where, you know, I can keep you updated in real time, pretty much, like how it's going, and maybe you'll get a better idea of when the marathon will be ready to be finished and uploaded and all that kind of stuff. Because I really have no idea. Summer sometime, I'm guessing. And yeah, I have filmed one skit. We went out for a day and filmed something for the intro, which I did have in mind, so something from that is filmed, but otherwise extra stuff really hasn't even been written yet, or thought of at least, so I'm just focusing on just getting all the marathon stuff edited for now. Anyway, take a quick look at my timeline and I'll show you a few other things. Okay, let's turn the brightness up. So what we have here, see if I can kind of use my left hand, which doesn't suit me too well, but I can kind of guide you through this a little bit. And one thing I also do is, I should say at the top, 7 day 1. So if I was to load all the footage I've got from the marathon into one project file, it would make the computer run so slow that basically it just it would freeze, it would cause problems, and it would just take so much longer. So now I just do it by the day. So marathon 6, day 1, day 2, day 3, and I'll do sections. And what I'll probably do here is have the review of the first film, and then I'll cut it off there, leave like 10 minutes, and do the second film, in case I come up with something to go in the middle, like a cameo or a skit or something like that. But I think this year there won't be many, if any, kind of cameos in the marathon section. It might all be front loaded at the beginning, but again, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, there's the footage I have there from day 1, and I have it organized by the days. So we've got day 1 there, day 2 there, and day 3 there. So yeah, and some extra little bits and pieces. So here we have like the guidelines and kind of editing and all, and even just the way like the spacing of the text and stuff. I try and make it as precise as possible, getting all the dings in there. If I can kind of do a little preview. Number 6, watching film over, which is a little bit loud, but there you go. Just the little details, the little things, and a few things I want to add as well. I put in reference clips from previous marathons to illustrate some of the points I was talking about in the intro there. Of course, putting in the title card that it's day 1, and the ever trusty timestamp that I keep using throughout the marathons. And what I usually do is I keep these files, the text files, so that they match year to year, sort of thing. But yeah, that's all I can really think of to talk about now. Hopefully you found this interesting. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But now I'm going to, and there's Lily there. I always like to get her involved in some way, even if some might find it overkill. I love having Lily in the marathon. So that's pretty much it, I guess, for this first part. So the first day of editing is done, and I look forward to finishing it and then adding to it and doing everything else. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And if you did, I'll do a second one. I'm probably going to do a second one anyway, because I quite liked just talking about it and getting into it a little bit. So I'm going to film this menu music now and get cracking with more editing. Currently working night shift, so I'm trying to get a few hours of editing in each night if I can, but usually I get distracted, so that's kind of wishful thinking. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.